I'm gonna be entirely honest with you, the calming music does not really fit the situation you're viewing right now. Hey everyone, and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Last time, we went on a bit of... that's the wrong button. We went on a bit of a journey around Skyloft, heading over to the Clean Cut minigame at the Bamboo Island. We finished up a few things at Skyloft, including the bazaar and things like that. And we went to the Lumpy Pumpkin and got ourselves a piece of heart at no expense whatsoever. This time, we're going to be finally setting out on our journey to save Zelda. Before we do that, though, let's go over here. Let's talk to you.
Hi.
Oh, look, it's the brave knight who slayed the chandelier. Still working it off, eh? Say, it's almost pumpkin picking season soon. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Wonder how I'm going to lift all those heavy pumpkins this year. Oh, that's your problem, not ours. Though I could help by getting rid of that one, I guess. So enough stalling around. There isn't much we need to do. Let's head off. So as I kind of stated, there isn't anything else I want to do before we head down. Also, I don't know what it was with the, like, last episode too, me starting the episode falling off a cliff, this time near falling off a cliff. I'm sorry, Link, I'm being very mean to you with these intro bit things. So let's head over here towards the green column that Fee so eloquently tries to remind us of. And now she's I was gonna say flashing, but that sounds really bad. Master Link, observe. The green pillar before you is a column of light. It marks the point at which you can descend to the surface. You can confirm your current location on the map. Please see where you are in relation to Skyloft. Thank you, Fee. It appears that you'll be able to reach the surface by passing through the portal in the clouds at the column's base. And so once again, thank you, Fee. So we're just gonna dive down, and you will see a little button that says dive. We'll press that. Let's head to the surface. After a bit of skydiving, I guess. Master, please make sure to use your sailcloth when descending from high elevations. Failing to do so has a high probability of resulting in injury. I took the liberty of deploying the sailcloth for you this time, but in the future, you can manually engage it by pressing ZR before landing. That is a bold-faced lie, by the way. Master Link, we've arrived. This is the fabled surface that has long been part of Skyloft's legend. By my calculations, you are currently positioned in a location known as the Sealed Grounds. See, as we have this little intro, it's the Sealed Grounds. But, as I was trying to say, that's a bold-faced lie because, while in normal gameplay, if you just jump from a, like, high-up location, yeah, you will take damage, but descending from Skyloft, or from the sky to the surface, you don't need to press the, like, B or ZR or whatever to open the sailcloth, because Fee will always open it for you, so actually there's a 0% chance of us failing in that regard. Please proceed with caution, Master. So, don't listen to her. We have a save statue here we actually can't use, which looks like it's covered in maybe moss and some stuff, so definitely been a while since anyone's been down here. And here we have our first surface-related enemy. It's a Deku Baba. They appear in a lot of the games, and fighting them is the first one that, you know, since Keese and Choo-Choos, you can just kind of swing, like, willy-nilly. Here's the start of actual combat being a little bit more, I wouldn't say pressing, but you have to actually pay a little more attention. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a, like, line there of their mouth, and that's where you want to slice to take them out. If you are to hit on one of the sides that doesn't have one, also, Fee, what? Master, I have information for you. I have the ability to offer information on items and creatures you target with ZL. Targeting something with ZL, yeah. But again, you're going to have me to do that for you, so hopefully I'm more annoying than Fee, because, yeah, that would be funny. So as you can see, there's one here who has, like, the, you know, the two different types of slices. and if you do them incorrectly, you actually will bounce off them. So I'm going to take out one, just to kind of show, so if I hit him from above like that, so see, he doesn't actually take any damage. You have to attack him from the correct sides. When he does that little wiggle and, like, goes back a little bit, that's him getting ready to lunge in on attack. They are the first enemies that kind of use that sort of more, reaction-based, is why I kind of refer to it as swordplay. But there's a lot of them as we go forward, and you'll kind of see that as we go. Well, that was interesting. That well-timed wind blowing us into this direction. That sounded bad. I don't know why I keep doing that. Here we have a door that's sealed with a peculiar-looking symbol, one that, if you've played some of the past games, does have some meaning, but you don't have to know what this means for anything. It's just kind of a nice little tongue-in-cheek reference. Fee, do I even want to know? Master, I have information to report. Why wouldn't you? While these doors appear to have been opened recently, they are now sealed shut by a powerful unidentified force. Thank you. I could not have figured that out by the fact that I went over to it and it did nothing. So let us jump down here, since it seems like we're having some weird visions and stuff, and there's this weird aura emitting from this obelisk or pillar. Young one. Child of destiny, descended from the sky. Raise the sword of the goddess skyward. Take aim at the evil aura and unleash its power. Sure, mystical voice that is in my head. Why not? Master Link, I'm sensing a change in the area that was triggered by your skyward strike. I have also detected an aura that correlates closely to your sailcloth. I surmise this aura belongs to Zelda. I can lead you in the direction of this aura through a process known as dowsing. Would you like me to explain this process to you? I'll explain it in due time. Understood, Master. So, sorry, I let the intrusive thoughts get to me there with attacking the pillar. Hold up on the directional pad to select Zelda as your dowsing target, then point in the direction you wish to search. So yep, now we have dowsing available to us. You have to actually hold up on the directional pad instead of just tapping it. So you can select just looking around, but if we go up here, Zelda. We'll pull out our sword. What's with all the suggestive comments, dude? We pull out the goddess sword, and you can see there's a little bit of a beeping sound and an aura growing there. This isn't generally that useful, but what it does do is, especially if, again, you're kind of new to Zelda, also just if you're having trouble getting around, since our main goal right now is finding Zelda, this will help you stay on track of where you need to be and kind of find what direction to head to. So it can help, especially like earlier on. And a lot of people, again, just don't really use it when I feel like it can have uses. But when you know what you're doing, or if you played it before, or even if you're just kind of checking every zone you can, it's really not all that needed, but it is nice to help you get on track every now and then. So now we have this device, yeah, but now that our sword's helping us pick up women and track them down, you can hear it's a little bit louder and the sound's a little bit more prevalent. And somehow now the the seal is gone. Aura. The sealed temple. In relation to the sealed grounds, I suppose it makes some sense. We do have a statue here that looks a little bit more well taken care of. You can save here. We have a stool, because why wouldn't you? Some pots we could break. Got some money there, which is nice. A little spot here we can't really do anything with. There's a door over there. Over here on the side we have some pots and another stool. I'm not really mess around with those too much, but I'm going to come over here because there is a chest you do not want to miss out on. This little brown one here that is kind of well hidden and seemingly in a random spot. You do not want to miss what's in here because it's not money. It's actually, you got some revitalizing potion. I almost said revelationary or something. This potion fully replenishes your shield gauge and also restores 4 hearts. I don't know why I started with that. So it's not, you may think, oh, you can get a potion refill, but you already had a potion. No, it's actually another empty bottle as well. There is a whole empty bottle just here. They just put in this seemingly random chest for you to come get. It's one that I don't think I've ever seen anyone miss, but I feel like there has to be at least one person in the world who missed that. Just because, I mean, if you're not paying attention to it, I mean, it's kind of in a random place. Ah, the traveler descended from the clouds above. I welcome you, child of fate. Tell me, what is your name? Link. Ah, Link, good. Very good. I sense you have already gained control over the sacred power that fills your sword when pointed skyward. The skyward strike is yours to command. It is proof that you are fit to bear the blade you carry, the goddess sword. I have sat here for many years, waiting for you to arrive. Also that I could fulfill my purpose as your guide. You stand under the roof of the sealed temple, a place built by the goddess an eternity ago. Your arrival here was predestined many, many years ago. The spirit maiden you seek arrived here shortly before you, descending to this land in a shower of light. There's no doubting it. The gears of fate have begun to turn. Yet all is not as it should be. The spirit maiden was not meant to reach this land in the manner she did. I feel an evil power working in the shadows. It moves to warp the destiny of which you two are a part. Link, you are concerned for the spirit maiden and seek her whereabouts, yes? That is understandable, but for now you must focus on moving forward. That girl has her own purpose she must pursue, as do you. She set out for Faron Woods to discover that destiny for herself, and you must follow. Show me your map. The X upon your map marks the path that will lead you to the Faron Woods. You will be traveling in unfamiliar land. Many monsters have settled here, and a map may not prove guidance enough for your journey. And so I'll give you the power to create beacons. When a beacon is marked on your map, a column of light will stand at the location. It will act as your waypoint from afar. Point at the X and press A to place a beacon. Though you cannot see it from where we are, a beacon stands outside to guide you. Leave the temple through the front doors and see for yourself. When you no longer have use for a beacon, you can remove it from your map by pressing A. Use your beacons well, and you'll never fear getting lost. Go now. You must head into Faron Woods and chase after the Spirit Maiden, the one you call Zelda. On your way out, take the contents of the treasure chest within this room. What you find there should prove useful to you on your journey. You are ready. Leave through the door before you and head to the woods. I wish you safe travel. Know that all the questions you have now will be answered in time. For now, Link, go bravely. Well, never mind. I kind of forgot that she said to get the chest contents. I don't know if she did that in the original or not. I may have to actually look into that. Here we have this large door. You can see we can kind of peek through with using our first person. There's some giant weird thing in there. It's kind of odd looking. But seems like Zelda was here, and it's kind of weird to see a human on the surface, considering, you know, from what the intro said and what we know, it seems like all the humans were in the sky, on Skyloft. Seems like that may not be the case. Well, there's that beacon she told us about. Tipatch said you can open the map and you can use beacons. They're pretty helpful, mostly especially in the sky, because then you can mark islands, especially ones that aren't named or are a little bit smaller. And it's easier to just kind of remember, or to set a reminder, I should say, of places you want to go or things you may want to accomplish. So let's head up here. So we have a bunch of birds, and we have some riffraff going on down here. Out of the way! Scram! Here we have more enemies. These are bokoblins, another quite infamous enemy that appears in a lot of the Zelda series, and they seem to always have a new redesign. And they are the first... Oop, over there, I'm going to go over and grab that, because that's another monster drop. You got an ornamental skull. The simple, slightly macabre fashion statement bears the bokoblin symbol. As I was saying, that is a semi-rare drop, but from them it's fairly common. These are another enemy that you can see how they move their swords. You can bounce off them, and they'll move it around, I wouldn't say sporadically, but they do move it around quite a bit, so you'd have to react quite a bit. Though I do recommend using spin attacks, as it helps you kind of get... That is a definitely rare drop. Okay, and from our first encounter of a group, you got a golden skull, a real rarity among skull ornaments. It shines with an eerie golden color. I kind of talked about this when we were doing the bamboo minigame, because that's considered a rare one, but geez, okay. We've gotten very lucky with monster drops so far. Use Fatal Blow here, take this one out. But yeah, they are ones that, kind of like the Deku Bubble, you do have to use reaction-based combat, sort of, on them. So they could be challenging, especially a step up from, you know, just the keys and stuff we were fighting on Skyloft. Woo, thanks for jumping in there to rescue me, bud. Just who are those red pests? Did not expect to run a pack of them in the peaceful forest. Same goes for you. This is the second time I've bumped into one of your kind today. I'll tell you, all sorts of weird things are going on lately. Oh, you're big for taking care of those guys, so let me tell you something fascinating. Hey, bud. I'm Gorko, the Goron. I'm researching the ancient history of these woods here. According to the ancient texts, there's some kind of place up above called the Isle of the Goddess, far up in the sky. Apparently, these old statues serve as landmarks to those traveling up to the sky or down from the Isle of the Goddess Palace, or Goddess Place. If you find one, be sure to examine it. Keep tabs on the number of landmarks. They're rumored to be quite useful. Supposedly, this statue is special, as it is said to have the ability to activate all other statues. The whole thing sounds a little crazy, I know, but I, for one, believe it is to be true. Otherwise, why would all these statues be here all over the place? It is a real head-scratcher, bud. Makes you want to know more, does it not? Yeah, I guess. Oh, sounds like I'm a fellow connoisseur of ancient cultures here. Alright, bud, you better brace yourself, because I'm about to blow your mind. So get this, people actually live on this sky island, and they get around by flying on the back of huge birds that are way bigger than birds down here. Up there, everyone reveres the goddess, and the residents of this island in the sky live in a perfect society, totally free of conflict or unhappiness. Not only that, but from what I can tell, their civilization is way, way more advanced than ours down here. But it does not even stop there, bud. The Isle of this goddess has even more stuff to marvel at. That place was crafted by the goddess herself, so it figures that it's filled with wonders we do not have here. The buildings are all made of gold. An endless spring of mystical water feeds a river through the place. One sip of the stuff and you'll live forever. Trees are heavy with plump fruit that cures all disease. The fields are crowded with pumpkins that never rot. Magic wildflowers bloom everywhere. And the weather, oh, the weather, bud. Not too hot, not too cold. No chance of sweaty heat in this garden of paradise. That is the Isle of the Goddess. Amazing, right? Ron, it is beyond amazing. You want to hear more about it, don't you, bud? Sure. Good to hear, bud. I'm completely obsessed with this place. I cannot get enough of it. Wish I had more to tell you now, but I'll need to research these statues to learn more. Next time I bump into you, I'll give you the latest info. Whoa! What in the world just happened? Do you have some kind of magic? Said you reacted the moment you got near it, bud. How crazy is that? So, yep. For some reason, the statue reacted to us getting close to it, which, you know, could maybe be because we're from Skyloft. But it's weird the first statue, when we landed, didn't react to us. Maybe it's the Gorko here? I have to examine the statue further, bud. Who knows what I might find out. So yep, that is a Goron, which is a species of, well, species that just appears in the Zelda series. Again, quite a lot. They are essentially a rock type people. Rock type, I'm talking about Pokemon. But yeah, they eat rocks. They look like rocks, they roll around. Gorko is the first one we see in the series. If we go up here, we'll find this log that we can actually push. This will create a little bit of a shortcut back to the beginning area of the sealed grounds where we first landed. So it's a nice little shortcut instead of having to go around the same way we did earlier. Saves a little bit of time, which is nice. You can see he's looking around. Do you have anything new to share with us? Yep, statue further. Okay, so we'll leave him to that. Not much I really need to the statue, so let's just... Oh, okay. Master, now that you have access to the stone statue, you can return to the sky at will. Furthermore, by using a certain amiibo figure, you can return to the sky from anywhere on the surface and come back to where you left. I'm sorry, I can't read. For some reason, hearing like her talk about like the Joy-Con and stuff, for some reason that's fine, but when I hear by using a certain amiibo figure, for some reason that just makes me laugh. Please call me anytime you'd like to use an amiibo. You can also enable or disable amiibo used from the options. And yes, we'll get into the amiibo later, but yeah, that wasn't in the original Wii. Her stopping you there to talk about the amiibo. Go a little further here, we have a log. Another one. Push it forward. Now we can actually get up there. I don't know if that was really deserving that sound. It's hard to call that really a puzzle, but sure. Seems like this is the way Zelda went. Let's chase after her. Master, you have entered Faron Woods. Faron Woods. The plentiful water in this region clearly sustains a large diversity of flora, including this massive tree. It is logical that the lush plant life and water resources have attracted animal species to the region. Looking at the probabilities, it is extremely likely that Zelda is somewhere in the area. I recommend you continue to use your dowsing ability to search for her. Okay, so we'll take a gander. Seems like somewhere over there is her. Makes me wonder if dowsing is essentially just kind of like scent tracking, like for like bloodhounds and stuff. So we're just picking up on her scent, because she mentioned the aura or whatever was similar to the sailcloth, which if you remember Link said had a nice smell to it, but so not quite sure. There we have a rope, which you can actually swing off of. Here we have little prickly pear things that actually are bombs. You can hit them with your sword to disarm them, but if you get too close to them, they'll actually stick onto you, and they'll, of course, explode and do damage. You can just roll off, though, do a spin attack, and that can get them off. And it's kind of funny. Actually, where I live in real life is close to some woods, and I used to go back there all the time as a kid, right? And it's kind of funny that I'm just trying to break these trees, dude. It's kind of funny that they're like these prickly pears in this game that blow up when you touch them, because those don't exist really in real life, but man, there were like these small like seeds. I don't remember what the actual plant is called. Maybe I'll put in the video or like an image or something. But they would stick to your clothes all the time, and they were a pain. And sometimes they'd catch your skin, and it really hurt, and it was the worst. Looks like they were harassing that cabbage over there, so we gotta do what we can to help out. It's our cabbage, not theirs. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, the spin attack is a great way to take them out, just because it essentially bypasses the sword mechanic slightly, not a ton, and it does use stamina, so you have to be careful that you can't just spam it, but, you know. I guess we'll talk to the cabbage. Huh? It's gone quiet.
Coo! Now there's a green one! I didn't even know they came in green! Don't hurt me, Coo-weep!
It's a walking cabbage, bro. So that is something, I guess. Guess we'll try to go after it. Here we have a like sand ramp, I guess. So running up it's our best course of action. So we guess now have to watch out for those things. And now it's running off again. So hopefully that means it's not really too much of a threat. You can see they're quite generous with these statues early on. They become a little more scarce as we go. So you will want to keep kind of them in mind. In case you're curious, I don't know why I always press plus for the map. You can actually see them on the map, right, as you can see there. If there's ones here like, so for example, this one's a little bit out of the way, right? You can see it only appears when you get close to it. So you do have to get semi-close to them for it to actually appear on the map. So you at least want to kind of walk over to them if you see one, just so it's marked on your map in case you end up using one, because might as well. If he wants to talk, I don't know if I really want to. What? Master Link, should you have questions about it? I encourage you to call me with Donald's directional pad. Once I've summoned select device and then hit. Okay, Fee, you're not doing a good job to kind of make people think that you're not as bad as many people think you are. Speaking of Fee, well, actually, at first we should talk about this. It's kind of funny. You can see, you can do like a little ring around the rosy where it just kind of evades you. There. And no matter what you do, run after it, as you can see. You can essentially actually get close enough to it, but for some reason it won't count. So what you actually have to do is attack the mushroom, and that's enough to scare the cabbage out of its back. Okay. I think we just saw it, like, disappear for a second, because actually the, like, in-game model disappeared. But as we get done with this next segment, because I don't really want to talk about this, I guess, right now, because we have to keep doing this little chase Sonic dance thing, is talking about Fee. I said I would when we got to know our character, and we don't really know too much about her yet, but I guess we at least know her a little bit more. And I think you're probably beginning to see, if you kind of, like, you know, the first time she kind of appeared, it's like, oh, you guys just complain about nothing. You're probably starting to see now what people complain about when they find her annoying. And when it comes to my opinions of that, it's a little bit mixed for me. Well, first, I guess we should just talk to... Can I just scare you, though? Will this make you react? No, that doesn't make you react. Okay, I was curious. So I guess we just talk to you, not like a normal person. Or normal cabbage.
It spotted me again! Quee! Huh? You don't want to eat me? Quee, come to think of it, why did you fight off all those red monsters?
Yeah, not a big cabbage guy.
Ki Palip. I'm Achi. I'm a Kikwi. You seem okay, even though you're scary. Thanks for helping me. That's weird, Kuki. A little while ago, I ran into another funny animal like you, but that one was a girl.
Well, I don't think it would know the name Zelda, so who?
I don't know who she was, but she seemed to be in big trouble when I saw her. Is she a friend of yours, Quee? Look at those mean red guys were after her, Quee, but she escaped with the Kikwi Elder.
Master, we have obtained new information on Zelda's current status. This information indicates that she was assailed by monsters, but somehow evaded capture. However, I infer that she is still in significant danger. I have marked the position of the Kikwi, known as Machi. Please confirm your current location. Furthermore, my analysis suggests that this Kikwi most likely produces a false positive dowsing reaction due to previous direct contact with Zelda. Using this hypothesis, I theorize that there is an 85% chance that the Kikwi Elder will also generate a dowsing reaction for the same reason. I propose you continue dowsing in the search for Zelda. Yep, so now if we use the dowsing ability, it may actually be on these little pumpkin looking dump trunk having fricks because they interacted with Zelda.
Really spooked me, Quee. You keep some very strange company, friend. Quee Palip! Sounds like you're selling finding his friend in the Elder. If you're heading that way anyway, Quee, would you mind telling our Elder that I'm safe? Cheer up, Queep! I bet your friend is safe with our Elder.
We can only hope that the little cat just talked. Okay, so yep, I'm gonna start, or we, because we're in this journey together. It's not just me. First, actually, we'll push this down, because just like the one we saw earlier, this is actually going to be a bit of a shortcut for us later on we can use, so you can get around just a little bit quicker. As I was saying, Fee is really controversial in the Zelda fan community, just fan, I guess, game in general. It is one of the many things people really don't like about Skyward Sword, and I'm going to say this much, because I don't really want to get into stuff we haven't seen yet, like spoilers, I guess, right? Too much, and outside saying maybe you want to do this or avoid this. Also, we can just throw this down here to kill him, which is funny. But I'm going to talk about the fact that Fee's character is one I actually like in terms of a character, or as like an individual being written, right? I like how she's written, and I like the story that she kind of is a part of, and like how she affects the story. What I don't like is the hand-holding, everything needs to be talked about kind of thing that she usually does, and that's an enemy there. I'm gonna avoid for a second, but it's just there's something with like there's the difference of I'll fight this I guess first. This is an Octorok, another enemy that appears in quite a lot of Zelda games. To fight him, if you get close, you'll notice he'll just go into the bush or into his bush, attack it. You'll just ruffle it. What you need to do is go a little bit further away. This is why it's good to have a shield, because if you use the either the nunchuck or the left Joy-Con and shake it, you'll like do a little shield bonk, and you can deflect certain projectiles, including those rocks, back at him. And it helps you save a little bit of time, and it's just sometimes a good strategy to see stuff. Anyway, that aside, there should be something over here that's going to appear after we move this log for another shortcut, so I'm not going to talk about Fee for a second just till we grab this. You have that thing there. Go over and grab it. You got Amber Relic. These amber-colored chunks of precious stone are found everywhere. No one knows where their strange shape comes from. So yep, this is something we actually needed to upgrade our shield. We need one more to do that, and we may actually find that soon. But as I was saying, I like Fee as a written character and how she affects the story and the story that she takes part of. Like, essentially, I like her character herself. I don't like that they make her pop up every 5 seconds, and when she does talk, even, like, for something kind of useful, it's rare and, like, kind of in between in terms of, like, few and far between, I should say, actually. To articulate that properly. And so I can see, and I definitely won't, like, disagree when I say, like, I don't think there's any real fighting points to say if someone doesn't like Fee, I can definitely see why. There's no way I'm going to be able to try to defend the way that they implemented her and say, yep, that is something I don't think anyone can dislike or anything like that, because I definitely can see why. And the thing is, I think a lot of the time with Fee is a lot of people, what they actually don't like about Fee is just the fact that she appears a lot, or is it the fact that what she talks about sometimes is not what you want to hear? Because I feel like a lot of the time, things Fee brings up just annoys people because you're just, you're stopping from playing the game, which is admittedly kind of annoying, right? But I think the main thing for a lot of people is they see Fee, and they're like, oh, well, now she's just appearing and stopping my gameplay, which is one thing, but here now Fee's just talking about, I don't like this mechanic or whatever, right? So it's more of a, like, I hate the person, I don't know how you describe it, but, it's more so I hate the mechanics of the game, and Fee's the one bringing it up, so I in turn hate Fee. I've heard that from a few people, but my general thought is I like Fee as a character, I don't like Fee as a guiding hand in this adventure. Slash this little rope here that's for some reason tied to this fern, now that we've talked about Fee. And those giant cheeks on the horizon look quite... Ooh. Ooh. You look at the giant cheeks and then you pull out the sword and, like, just you start getting closer to them, and then the mind of all men everywhere. Okay, I'll stop. Climb on top. Oh, it's got a little bulb up here? Okay. Roll into you, maybe? How do we get your attention? Oh, it's hard to talk to you in. Oh, my lord. Kui, I am Bucha, the King Kui Elder. I saw the way you spotted me through my ingenious camouflage, Kui. You are clearly a master woodsman. Others like you, where's Zelda? I don't think you know what Zelda is. Others like you, what? I guess just where Zelda, maybe he'll know what we're referring to. Zelda? Ah, the girl creature with the blonde hair. She looked like one of your kind. Yes, she was with me, Kui. But now is not the time for such talk. Wow, 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 wow. The woods are full of monsters. I am worried about my missing tribe. Kui, the shock and worry has made my memories of the girl quite hazy. What? You say you met some of my people, Kui? Kui, so much you say, eh? Oh, but the monsters, they are still lurking in the forest. I don't dare leave this spot. 3 Kikwis are still unaccounted for. Could I ask you to search for them and make sure they're safe, Kui? I'm worried except for my fellow Quiquis. Or Kikwis. If you could calm my fears, I might be able to remember more where that girl you seek went off to, Kui. Learning that Zelda is no longer with the Kikwi Elder is an unfortunate setback. but he may still have useful information. Taking this into account, I calculate an 85% probability that your quest will be aided if you find the lost Kikwis for the Elder. To expedite your search for these forest-dwelling creatures, I have added Kikwis to the drowsing ability, or as a drowsing option. Sorry about my... you know what? No, don't sorry. No sorries about it. I suck at reading. That's all there's to it. Do you need me to explain how to switch dowsing targets? No, thank you, V. Additionally, I will mark any Kikwis you discover on your map and disable the dowsing readings for them. That way, you will not revisit the same Kikwis. That is useful. Thank you, V. This concludes my explanation. When ready, please begin your search for the missing Kikwis. When we're ready indeed. Well, we made a little bit of progress. We found out a little bit more information, and we made our way to the surface. Seems like progress is slow, but steady. Next time, we're going to help the Elder Kikwi. No, not Shield. We're going to help the Elder Kikwi in exchange for, hopefully, finding some information about Zelda's whereabouts. I hope to see you all then.